Well, it's a very interesting topic to organize, and our country being a very complex issue, education is divided on so many lines, and because of that we are only having certain pockets where good education is available and rest of the country is left to fend for themselves. So such a summit gives an exposure to where we stand in rest of the country and as compared to rest of the world.
Yes, sir. Sir, what is the role of ICT in promoting education in remote part of India, especially in Nagaland? Nagaland is the
Yeah.
seventh sister of a state, and it's still it's a backward state.
Yes, in fact, you will be very happy to know that in 2008, when we started our engineering program, we were first to optical fiber link through RailTel right from Trivandrum till Nagaland University in Dimapur. So we are having live lectures happening in 2008. We also introduced the national program on technology enhanced learning. Number two, in 2010, we also automated the whole examination system through ICT. So because being hilly area, we only have roads which are very bad. So now online the question papers were being sent. Then we started scanning the answer scripts and sending it online for correction. So the whole thing, people never had to come, but the answer scripts are going to the individual one. So we have done a big revolution in that sense, that in a place where traveling is a big problem, insurgency there, etc. Now we have been able to simplify modernize the whole examination system through ICT. So I think it is a very, for places like Nagaland, it is the only solution I can see to bring them forward.
Professor Kanan, can you please throw some light on primary education and scenario of higher education in Nagaland?
Yes, primary education, basically if you look at Nagaland, there are about 5 lakh children who enter the school. But by the time they come to class 10, there are hardly 20,000 children left. The dropout rates are very high. And when you come to higher secondary, there are hardly 3,000 students who pass out in science, not even 3,000, it's about 2,000 something. So what is happening is the professional education has not developed at all. And because of that, the higher education has suffered a lot. Even though I have a seat with 300 seat capacity for admitting students, we only are able to take about 80 students because of various reasons, like many of them don't qualify IIEEE, they don't even get 45% marks because the quality of teachers have been very poor. And the university is also partly to blame because we never had a postgraduate program in physics or mathematics. So it has also affected the school teaching program. So overall, we need to correct that measure to bring them into the mainstream. And healthcare is very poor because we don't have a hospital at all. So as such, it is one of those backward areas, and during my last 5 years, I have tried to create 2 university campuses there. And trying to bring in modernity, and the whole campus has a 1 gigabyte connection now, which is unheard of. We are in the interior, about 160 kilometers from Kohima. So we have put up the whole optical, fiber network, and today internet is running at 1 gigabyte. I think thanks to National Knowledge Network, it has been a very big breakthrough. I think Nagaland will see faster growth, I hope.
Professor Kanan, what are the other initiatives started by Nagaland University to promote education in Nagaland?
Well, basically the school education, that's a big revolution happening. For example, class 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, they are now for the first time bringing in not just writing evaluation, also speaking skills and listening skills and reading skill evaluation. In the whole country, nobody has done this. If you look at CBSE or any exam, we only have written exam. So this is a big change, that 25% is for listening, 25% for speaking, 25% for reading, and only 25% for writing. So you are developing overall skill of a student in communication in English language, and I hope it percolates into the rest. So we expect that another 10 to 20 years we are going to see a dramatic change. Already the Northeast children are making a big impact in rest of the country, and I hope they will make a bigger impact.
Professor Kanan, according to you, what measures should be taken to ensure quality education to the larger population in India?
See, basically what we have to do is we have to identify quality teachers, and through ICT we should deliver this. And I personally feel to encourage the teacher, let us say we charge 10 rupees per lecture, per 1 hour lecture, the student who receives. So if suppose 10 lakh children attend, the teacher will get 1 crore salary for 1 lecture. I think let them make crores. They should earn more than Ambani's or anybody else does. Then you will automatically see that the education will take a big step forward. I think we need to tap the right teachers and make teaching the most, attractive, better than MBAs. I still feel if I get a chance to train 10 lakh children every day who listen to my lecture, and if I make 1 crore, I think I'll be more than happy to serve the country better and better. So I think we need to identify the best teachers and make sure they can interact with those teachers either through internet or whatever the medium in ICT is, and I'm sure the country will see a big jump.
Yeah. Professor Kanan, what should be done to produce industry-ready knowledge and workforce in India?
See, unfortunately what is happening is industry-based knowledge is more a, like when I look at Nagaland, we don't even have an industry, not even one industry to speak of. So they don't even know what an industry is. And secondly, idea is that our school and college education should incorporate, besides formal education, we should also have entrepreneurship and skill development. I think once they learn entrepreneurship, they themselves will discover what is required to. We don't have to have a special thing for industrial training. I think it should be part of the curriculum which we have missed out. We have separated skill, entrepreneurship from the normal education. If we integrate all this is what I have suggested to the 12th Planning Commission, that we must integrate these three so that right from school the child gets exposed to where opportunities are and he or she discovers where the opportunities are.
Yes, sir. Sir, what are your views on e-learning?
Well, e-learning also is a very interesting concept, but you also need some support systems whereby there are mentors available with whom they can interact. Until you provide, along with the e-text material, some resource persons with whom they can freely interact, just like call centers, 24/7. We should create that kind of a call center where the child can call up, clarify his or her doubt, or understand it better. I think then only e-learning is going to say. E-learning per se is like having a published book. If you don't open and read, the book will remain on the shelf. So I think we need to provide that call center kind of a facility. In fact, one of the things I've been talking about is, why not we create education malls throughout the country? The child can go there, discuss, provide all the facilities there. The child can interact with an expert, pay 5 rupees, 10 rupees, connect him, or you say at this hour so and so will be available for discussion. I think we have to get into the education mall just like we have shopping mall. People enjoy being in a shopping mall. I don't see why we can't make an education mall. Or railway stations where people are waiting for train to catch. You provide them a place where they can upload on a pen drive and go home and read. I think we have to be more innovative.
Nowadays our government is talking too much about inclusive growth in India. The government has started too much initiatives for financial inclusion, and now we are also talking about inclusive education. So, do you think what measures should be taken to achieve the goals of inclusive education in India?
See, basically we'll have to take the community where the education is into confidence. And until we take the community and educate the community leaders the value of it, I think we have to do a social engineering first. Just saying, for government it is an appeasement policy, but for the average man it is a big step forward. So I think we as a community should take advantage of the appeasement to our advantage, and I think the communities have to be taken into confidence to make inclusive education successful.
Yeah. What are your future plans?
Well, my future plans is I want to dedicate myself into helping in education, because I have spent so many years. I was one of the first teachers of biotechnology. I introduced biotechnology in school, and now I want to get into, producing bright students who make a contribution to the country. I think next 10 years I would like to devote myself to picking up talents and help them to grow. Already many of my students are in Harvard, MIT, Oxford, Cambridge. I think I produce a lot of brilliant students, and I hope I can continue doing it as a social service more than anything else.
What are your views on open and distance learning education?
I think we must try all mechanisms. After all, a person sitting in Nagaland will need a open and distance learning. You can't come to Delhi; it is too expensive. For example, there are 40,000 children studying in, outside Nagaland, Delhi, Bombay, etc. If you assume each is spending 3 lakhs, we are spending about 1,200 crores. Now, if we can save that 1,200 crores for that family and give them the distance with the internet, I think we would be doing a great service. Because every parents are not sure what is happening to the child by coming to Delhi, how they are getting lost in various directions. Because everybody gets lost in the glamour and forget for what they are come to learn. So I think through this we can keep the children with the family and at the same time educate.
India had started interaction with ASEAN countries. One of my senior fellow always used to say that India can never grow 7 sister states without the help of ASEAN. So, and every year there is Indo-ASEAN annual summit in India or in ASEAN countries. So, do you think there are some initiatives in education? Are you satisfied with those initiatives?
No. See, when you look at ASEAN countries, for example, when I look at Southeast Asia, for example, see, people from Northeast feel much closer to Southeast Asia because they think their origin is from there. So their culture, food habits are very similar. So involving the ASEAN countries also makes these people get more excited because they discover their root. Because they don't feel part of India so much as they feel part of their origins. I think we must make them feel at home in whatever way we want. I think it is a social, so ASEAN concept is a very good one. Only thing we must take it into some serious level, not just an annual meeting. It should be a regular meeting whereby some action is happening.
Yeah. Professor Kanan, what is your dream?
Well, my dream I always said, I wish we can produce some Nobel laureates in this country at some point. As a teacher, I would like to see one of my students winning so that, the image of the country goes. So, the quality of me as a teacher depends on, producing world-class people. That's always the dream.
Yeah. So, you would like to add something?
Well, I think this conference, I personally feel that it could have been structured better. I think we should be very serious that we must get the right people to the forum to speak. Anybody who sponsors should not be asked to come and sell their product. I think the whole idea is not that. If it is serious, let us be serious. Let's not mix up marketing with this. So that's my suggestion.
Thank you, Professor Kanan. Thank you so much.